Here's where my tree ring was, and it's been cannibalized. My mother's tree ring. She has a lot of herbs that are still growing. There's some lavender and oregano, I want to say, and I think I see another one. No, I think that's the same thing. Okay, and she had other stuff, but some gladiolus had come up. I don't think she was saying that they didn't bloom, and I don't recall if they bloomed or not last year. She said that they were just putting up green growth. But I asked her regardless, I'm like, can I take them? And she's like, yeah. So I took them off. I think I'm gonna cannibalize the other bed that I outlined yesterday. And I pulled the cardboard covering the roses a bit back so I can have thick clumps of gladiolus. Yeah, yeah. So yesterday, I said I didn't know why I put the mask on. Today, I'm like, for pollen. Um, I do have to wash every day if I'm covered in pollen, blah, blah, blah. Because sometimes I come out here and depending on the temperature, I'm not necessarily sweating and I'm just like, I'm tired. Anyway, I gotta go wash today. And I think I do like such a thorough, luxurious, washing. It feels a bit indulgent, which it is, whatever. Also just hygiene. Um, okay, so I could cut that off over there. Okay, so I did the bed over there, I dug up all the gladiolus and I put it a whole line behind the roses. Cause I'm like, yes, I get it, the clumps in between where the roses are going, but it would also look really nice behind. So that's what I did. Yeah, and I also took some and I put it behind the lower petal. And I was thinking about that yesterday. I'm just like, nah, I want like bushes. I can also put bushes or some other perennial shrubbery, like a creeping phlox or verbena or something. I could go there, like a perennial one, right? So this garden, and it really, the whole thing about every like the third year is really where things, it's like a third year here, and it's like the garden has changed so much. This has only been a garden for like two of those, honey, and now it has a pathway. I'm just so excited. And so I did put them behind the roses and I did pull. What I thought I was gonna do was pull back and like the places over here maybe put in front. I'm not. I think I put those there. Well, I guess I was thinking I was gonna put some front. Regardless, I'm gonna put things really close together because why would I, in my mind, why should I limit myself? Yes, the design and all the things, but when there's space, a weed will pop up. A weed will find a way. So the more I clump things together, like already here, my idea is to keep this grass in front of lavender low, which I do, but I can see there's already grass invading, so I have to come up regardless and clean the bed. Gosh. Let's find the lavender is getting bigger and bigger. Oh my gosh. I don't think this is the oh, this is. Okay. Well, see, see, and that's why, because I have a sandburr in my hand. That's why I don't like. Well, I have gloves, so that's no one's fault but my own. Oh my god. Okay, I took that out. Well, the gloves are right here, but the gloves also, they also go through the gloves, so it's not like a big thing. Anyway, my point. So there were 3 clumps. I divided the biggest one into 2 in the middle, and I think they'll solidify. Over here, is this one? I don't think so, but over here, there were some lilies. Whether or not they come back this year, we'll have to see. And this was previously an outcropping. Why is there a band-aid here? Okay. There was previously an outcropping here. I have to see if anything comes back. I did have the pink, is it Princess? I forget what it was called. Twilight Princess? I forget what it's called. Primrose. That likes to come back every now and then like die back. So I don't think anything's going to happen. But so it's going to be this here. And I thought the pathway, first of all, that's why I felt the pathway, because pathway is actually all the way over here, not... Anyway, I'm going to take the sticks that were lining the gladiolus bed and bring them over here, because these sticks are decaying as they should, as intended. Wow. I still feel where I got stung. So pretty. It's going to be so nice. And the hydrangea over there is really doing well. And the pear is really lovely. Move these out of the way because for the gladiolus on, I have to move them somewhere else because I don't necessarily mean to have this here. I like this being open over here in my mind, I think, for now. Because this is my access point into the bed from the side. Yeah. So I thought I was gonna come here and weed out things, and I was gonna find the other dianthus. I only see the 2. 1 and 2. I have a clump of 3. Didn't I get 3 more? Shouldn't there be 3 more? Sweet William, or maybe 1. Okay, I have 3 that I see, and this was a whole trench. It looks like at some point it filled up over here. So, you know, I didn't want to move too much. I did move stuff around. I exposed some stuff. I know this, but I also just wanted to be able to see where things were. I wanted to kill some weeds, and so I have the Sweet William over here. I did use the wood from the other bed where the gladiolus was to really finally cement this bed because I only had a wood around the rows previously. But essentially, this little bed, here's the, I hope she's alive. She doesn't look super great. Here's my pomegranate. Come on, come back to life. You were doing so great. Okay, I did prune it up. So over there, the wood starts to curve in, and it really should go straight. That's fine. We don't really have anything right now to go there anyway. But anyway, this is a back right here. So I did have this over here as my camellia that died. And this is going to go straighter, not so much of a curve. Because we see where the sticks are, right? And so it's going to be, there's a pathway here to go around and come into there in this way. Little bed here. So I definitely I need to plant closer. I need to weed every. There was a giant hole there. It's slowly being filled up by whatever. Old grass, old sand, anthills. I don't know. Yeah. The clematis is littered with flower buds, but we want her to go up. We want her to go up the trellis. Okay. Cover this whole thing in red. So over here, there's nothing but this trellis now. There's a pile of pine cones. That's going to be moved wherever I want it to be moved. So it's really nothing. There's no gladiolus over here. I had a clematis, but it was in a pot. It didn't really do well. I had azalea. It didn't really do well. For whatever reason. Is that a bee? For whatever reason, I feel like a rose might do okay here. I don't know. Oh! Not another clump of gladiolus. Okay, I gotta go plant this real quick. On this clump of gladiolus, it looks perfectly fine. Wow. I was thinking I was going to put it over there, but I do have a clematis on ground, so let me give it some space. I think I'm going to try and make a hole under a piece of this cardboard, maybe push it up. I don't know if that'll work. Oh, I got to take some of that cardboard over there. Okay, so I split it into 2. 1 here and 1 over here. I think this is the best spot. Oh, I got to do the sweeper or just cover it better. I think this is the best spot for this too because this rose does the least of the 3 in this swoop, and so it'll really bulk up visually. Over here, there were some of these thin ones that maybe I could have put it here and that would have been a thing because they're thin and it's like, is anything going to grow here? I can always just add more gladiolus. Again, things can be really close in. And I was trying to get over here to move some of the cardboard. I'm gonna wait till that's a bit more like broken down. I'm just gonna cut around it. But I do see some things that need to be weeded in there, so I'm gonna do that right now. Like there's a clump of something over there, and there's some of the violas, which is fine. I could leave them. I don't want to. Because one, if I fertilize around the roses, then the weeds that are there are gonna get fertilized. So I have to definitely keep on top of the weeding this year. Um, yeah, exciting times. This is exciting. I have so much to do. I was free around 4, even maybe 3:30 ish. Let's call it 4. I was free around 4, and then it's like, oh, time to go out in the garden. And then at the last minute, it was like, oh, do you want to come along? People are going somewhere. I'm like, yes, because this is not the city where I can just walk out and go wherever I want at any time. Unfortunately, this is rural, non sidewalk area. Not sidewalk anywhere. You have to drive anywhere to get anywhere around here. So, any chance that there is for me to go somewhere, I jump on it. Here's the bed. I did take these sticks. I think I moved it over there somewhere. So I'm really excited about this. Super excited. I should have taken a picture of it during the sun, when the sun was out, really. But you can see that there's a, what do you call this? Dogwood. The dogwood. Well, I mean, there should be a second one. I don't see it yet, but there should be a second one. Oh, no, I think I do see it. I think it's behind this main one. Is that where it was? Isn't it on the other side? I don't recall. Even from the back, she looks gorge. I hope you thicken up real nice. I'm definitely going to have to, because it's not going to be this giant, super close clump of things. Especially not this year, I don't think. Maybe next year it would be. But that's fine. It gives me time to put like a creeping phlox or like something that's low to the ground but full of color, right? So I don't know what colors are. These are assorted colors. Assorted colors. Yeah. Yeah. I did water the cherry. It's not looking great. If it doesn't take, it doesn't take. I will put a different plant in there. A different tree. That's cool. Here is this side of I'm looking for the road, right? And so where the pavers go, it juts out a lot. So that minimizes the bed. But the pavers, where the pavers end, kind of line up with where the cinder blocks are at a distance. Not that the cinder blocks are currently marking anything, because one is marking kind of the pomegranate, the other one was marking where the camellia had been. And so my point is about this bed. Theoretically, this bed could be pushed out, and maybe it should. If the idea is everything I raise in line in here, let's not give people a wrong sense of distance. But I like this how it is, and I don't necessarily, until I have more things to plant, because it's a question of, am I going to eventually move this hydrangea? I can move it. I don't know if I should move it sooner than later, before it blooms or whatever. I can move it to the front. It talks about a fringe tree in here. That's like the idea of a smoke bush, but also I don't necessarily want to block. I don't think I would want to put both of them in here, because I don't want to block my view from the bathroom of the garden. Because I wake up in the morning, I go to the bathroom, and I look out the window, and it's great. Nice to see things coming along. So I don't know that I want to do any of that. But this bed needs something that's big, and that's like, oh, something's here, trucks that are passing by. And this is enough space for a delivery truck to like U-turn into, so I don't need to worry about moving it out. Well, I'm also like maybe 2 feet. But also like, what do I want to put in here? I don't even think what shape was that. I don't know what shape that would be. That'll be something that will have to come along organically. Yeah. Let's hope. I scratched the bottom of this, and it still looks green. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Whoa. Okay, so pomegranate here. She's gonna grow big. I'm gonna baby her crazy. Not crazy, not really. Not at all. But you see the pathways? You see the vision? Yeah. And again, from this angle, if we look at this cinder block over here, I do want to put something here to replace the camellia. I don't know what yet, but I do want something here. I like the idea when I put it. That cinder block needs to straighten out a bit. Let me see. I'm straightening it out right now, actually, since I'm right here. Why not? Not that it really makes a difference. Alright, so that's kind of where the beds over here end. And it kind of lines up with the paver. Although I can always change what pavers I'm using. I was thinking about that maybe also. So There's still like another 2 feet I could put there. I don't know why what I'll put there though. I like the formal bed that I have going right now. I could always just put something like annual on the other side to make up the book if that was a thing. I speak like I got plant money. I don't got plant money. I got I got propagation and seed money, if anything. So by where my old tree ring was, I had apparently still had this behind one of the lights over there. And so I'm like, let me just reorganize the orange stakes. And I took this, I'm going to bring it over here. I also brought over this stump, this branch log, I don't know what you call it. It's pretty decayed, and it's fine. I just wanted to line, I like bringing it over here for soil health and whatnot. But I put it by the fig, so maybe it'll help the fig, who knows. But in terms of where I'm going to put this, I still don't know. Alright, I'm not sure how I feel about this over here, but I think it makes sense for pathways. I had a different configuration here. I think this was originally the original marker of the bed, and then I extended it out here. So I moved one of the sticks that was here and I put it over here because a lot of the sticks are decaying. Obviously, it wasn't like a perfect line, but they're all decaying in the curvature for whatever reason. So I'm just pushing some of them back. This one looks like it's in the ground, maybe, like it's on top. Okay, well, okay. Anyway, I put this over here, and now I can come over here and trim this down. It's really cleared up. But now it's like, okay. Oh, I don't like that angle. That's not. That should be like more like this, I think. Okay, so I moved it. And it broke, and I'm even less happy with it now. That's fine. It's one of the stakes that goes in the ground. For whatever reason, the middle stake is like giving me the most fuss. It's broken, but we'll just leave it like that for now. Why is it leaning back? Lean forward. Lean forward. And there's a lot of like old broom sedge over here, a lot of sedges and whatnot. So, okay, whatever. It's just I think I've got a sandburr in my foot. Anyway, I'm gonna come and trim this up whenever I get my trimmer up next. I'm excited. Yes.